This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. This program contains mature content and may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
I tell you, just empty lies and promises. Oh, love gives you the right to be free. You said be patient. Just wait a little longer. Isn't that what most men tell women? Is it just an old fantasy? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody that is within the sound of my voice. This is Kendenique Campbell-Moss, and I'm here with you on another sexy Tuesday. This is another opportunity for have real dialogue, open conversation about intimacy, about love, about where we're headed for 2025. Now, you know, January, we are kicking off the whole holistic, organic approach to what we're going to do for the rest of the year. Absolutely. We are talking with Playwright. We're talking about setting goals. We're talking about vision boards. And this is the last Tuesday, I think, in January, because we've had 890 days in January alone. People are now saying good afternoon and good morning because tomorrow is government payday. So people are very jovial. I mean, I got let out of the corner this morning. We are moving at high speed. So ladies and gentlemen, this Tuesday evening, it's another sexy opportunity for you to put your leg on that man. Last week, it was a lot of conversation about men being demoralized and emasculated, but we are here to uplift, to educate, to inform, to make pivotal decisions about where we're going to go with our relationships and the conversations surrounding them. So tonight we have with us two beautiful ladies. We are waiting for Corel. She's not arrived as yet, but we have another beautiful lady here. And we've walked this road. We've seen what it's like to be married and the drama and the trauma and the healing and the healed process of being in a marriage. Mm-hmm. So tonight we're going to talk about the affair.
The affair.
Is it really what we think it is? Did we have the wherewithal? You know, there's a meme floating around where the grandmother is in this old raggedy bath suit, right? Bath attire. And she kept her mortgage and she had 10.5 kids and she didn't work and she was home barefoot and pregnant just about every week, right? And she kept her man. But did she keep her man because she had no other resolve? We are in a different era. We are women of a different time. So tonight we're going to talk about the affair.
Yes.
Introduce yourself to my guests, please.
Good evening, Bahamas. My name is Michaela Forbes, the artistic accountant, and I am the story visionaire of the affair, the co-producer and director of the affair. It's coming this Friday and this Saturday at 8 p.m. at Bahamas Harvest. If you didn't see it last year, October, in Nassau, come and see it this weekend. It's the final 2 performances.
So are you going to Freeport, Abaco? Where are you going next?
We actually went to Freeport in November and we did 2 shows. But
Okay.
we did just 1 in Nassau, so now we back to our final performances in Nassau.
Why are you back to do another set of shows?
Because people keep telling us that one night was not enough.
It wasn't.
Bring it back. How come you all do 2 nights in Freeport? They had us for dinner and we said we're going to bring it back. And we are here to deliver on our promise. It's coming back this weekend.
Now I have a great many questions, and my listening and my viewing audience, I am very, very appreciative of the fact that you send me DMs for your questions. I love that. We have not gotten to the point yet where we are openly writing what we think. We will write what we think if there's something comedic or something that we just don't make any waves about, some because we're passive in some areas, right? But when it comes to sex and relationships, we're all doing it. We have probably the highest rate of children born out of wedlock in the world. But we shame to talk about sex. But we will be BBL right down, and we'll be coming out naked as we born. But we ain't talking about it outside. So I have about 10 questions here. So can we jump straight into the questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we
now,
can.
I want to ask you something for you. Now, you are an accountant by trade.
I'm an accountant by trade. Been an accountant for the last 25 years of my life. I'm a CPA, and that's what I do 9 to 5. Yes, but I love fine arts. That's my passion, and I just rediscovered that around about 15 years ago.
So when are you going to come out of the CPA thing and go full-fledged?
You know what? And I thought about that for a long time, and finally the Holy Spirit told me I need to merge both. I need to merge both because there's some things that come from an accountant that I need to merge with the arts, like preciseness and making sure it's a business and not just for fun. So he told me to merge both. So
And so
I'm
that's
going to do
coming.
both. Yes, it's coming.
Now, you attend Bahamas Harvest, correct?
Yes, I do for the last 15 years of my life, yes.
And you are a Christian.
I am a Christian.
Now, what that Christian mean? Because my Christian and your Christian may mean two different things. Because that is some of the questions that I have for you.
Okay.
Because, like, I'm a Roman Catholic, right? I attend St. Francis Xavier's Cathedral. I'm in the choir, 8:30 Mass. That is what I do. I go to church. We don't go to church in pants. We go to church 8:30. Be there 8:15 because church start 8:30. Be seated.
Yes.
Y'all go to church in the movies.
So in the movies.
Right.
We also had an East location where it was not the movies before the movies.
Right, but I've been to Bahamas Harvest. I like it. And then I took my daughter one time and she went into the children's church, so she enjoys that.
Okay.
So you are more liberal.
Definitely. So I grew up in the Anglican church. My mother was a part of St. Agnes for all her life. And it's just, I feel like when I went to Bahamas Harvest, like my passions were able to come alive because I was the drum leader at Bahamas Harvest. But when I was at, in the Anglican church, I feel like my passions was like, I was like stuck. Like it wasn't, some teachings were not speaking to me and it wasn't bringing out everything in me that I knew God was calling me to be.
Right, because y'all have
Yes.
different things like Bible study, and then y'all
We have
the
everything.
retreats for the single people, and I like
for
that.
small group. Retreats for married groups. We have everything. Like if you,
I need to get
yes.
in on the marriage retreat group because I
They're
need that.
having a boat cruise. I think they're going on a cruise this year. Marriage retreat on a cruise.
Oh.
Yes, we do this. We do it for married people, single people, men only, women only, whatever you want to be a part of a small group. It's at Bahamas Harvest.
And you seem all inclusive.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So now let me, when you say I'm a Christian, right? Does that mean, in like the sense of the word where you Bible thumping every day, you trying to push the Bible down people's throats? What does that mean? And how does that relate to you being in a relationship? Because like people need to know, like, as a Christian, can I have a relationship? Do I wait for the sex? Do I have a little bit of sex? Like, what that mean?
So Christianity for me has evolved over the years. So at first it was whatever my parents believe, whatever they taught me. So whatever they taught me is what I believe in when it came to Christianity. When I gave my life to Christ, I gave my life to Christ when I was about 18. But as I became more mature, I realized it's a personal relationship with God. It's talking to Him every day and listening to Him. So it'd be important to just cut out the noise and just listen to Him. So it's about a personal relationship with God, reading the Bible for yourself, not just listening to what somebody tells you, but actually going and diving deep in the word for yourself and letting those words speak to you personally. And the only way you could do that is through prayer and through reading the word.
And for those of you that are not watching, for those of you that are not on my live, this is a sexy Christian. I mean, she has on the hoop earrings, the neon jacket, the sexy top, the nails, the bling. She fixed up in the studio today.
I see nothing wrong with being a trendy Christian.
I know that's right.
And just being, if you love fashion, I see nothing wrong with fashion if you're a Christian. Nothing wrong with it.
Because I love me
God
some.
wants you to look good.
I love me some Sarah Jakes. I down with that.
Yes,
All
God
right.
cares about every aspect of your life. And
I
He
love
wants
that.
you, if you want to look good, He wants you to look good. Okay?
I love that. I love that. I love that. Now, this is one of the questions that we have. What inspired you to write The Affair, and what messages were you hoping to convey to the audience? And is it open to every audience? Is it open to teenagers, Generation X, the sandwich generation?
Yeah.
Tell me that.
So the Film Control Board read the script and they rated B, means it's open to teenagers, but they have to come with an adult. So
Okay.
from 13 and up. But if
Okay.
you are a teenager, you come with an adult. So the vision of the fair actually came from my life. I'm the story visionary. Like I went to Corel and say, hey, I have this vision I want for a story. What do you think? So most people know I have a podcast. I talk a lot that I got divorced. After 15 years of marriage, I went through a divorce. And about 2 years into my healing post-divorce, God told me some things He wants me to, because my podcast focuses on divorce. But He said, I want you to go back, because I'm a playwright also. I write plays. I've done many directing and writing plays. And He said, I want you to go back to the stage and I want you to tell this story. And He wanted me to tell a story about not only but divorce, but the other side of divorce. And I was like, you want me to tell this story even though I ain't make it to the next one? So I held it for about a year. And then when last year came, I told Corella about it and she said, I want to write it. And that's how
What
it
is the
all
other side
started.
of divorce?
The other side of divorce is that people, if two people really want to make it through and they have God at the center and they have a personal relationship with Him, they're actually talking to Him and asking God how to get to the next step, they can make it to the next side after adultery, after an affair.
I thought the next side was people who, because I want you to know something, right? And I mean,
Oh, maybe I should have said the next side of affair.
right?
Like,
because I have to be
yes.
I have to be honest with you, right? Because we have the real conversation here on Kenny's
Let's
Corner,
do
right?
it. Let's do it.
I noticed that I'm a divorced person as well, right? And what I do notice is that some people are still in their marriages, right? And sometimes I would say, well, maybe I should have. Early on, maybe I should have stayed, and maybe I was too hasty. Maybe I didn't tolerate everything sufficiently, or maybe I just overreacted, right? And then sometimes I look at these people and I see them dress up in church, right, in the pink dress, and then the husband have on the pink tie and the pink shoe and all these different things, and I'm like, now I just see your husband out, but he wasn't with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I just see your wife out and she wasn't with you. I just saw your husband out and he wasn't with a woman. Like, help me understand why we pretend.
Let's talk about the rampantness in the Caribbean. I
Come
mean,
on.
just cheating is rampant, drunkenness is rampant. So I
'Cause
know exactly what you
or
mean.
you go home,
and
right?
pretending.
And you go home and he go left and you go right.
Yes.
But when you come out that door, we are the best couple.
Yes. And I think that's when they're more about image than about real relationship or real intimacy or real character.
But is it
So,
about finances too? Because is it cheaper to keep her?
is it cheaper to keep her? I think from the men perspective, a lot of men think it's cheaper to keep her.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
But for
all
women,
right.
I think it's more about the image and just the image of the marriage. They don't know who they are without the marriage.
And then maybe it's for the children too, because
The children,
you
yes,
think about
that's a big
broken
part.
marriage, right? And so I'm a product of a 53-year marriage where no one has ever said my daddy had an ex-woman. No one ever said my mommy have an ex-man. It's only me and my brother. Like, so I know what it is to have a solid, good marriage.
wow.
And so I thought that my marriage would have been the exact same, but I didn't know any different. And then I used to go fight the gals, right?
Kenny,
Yeah, I used to be a brawler. I changed my life though. I changed.
Okay.
I changed my life. I changed my life. Don't mind these glasses, Don't mind these glasses.
Kenny, you was always.
I was something else.
Yes,
But I changed my life.
yes.
I changed my life.
Yeah.
So I'm appreciative of the fact that you are open about the fact that you're a divorcee. I
Yes,
thank
I
you for
am.
that, and I compliment and I appreciate your honesty about that. There's another lady that's divorced that's in your crew, and she is also in the play. Very nice young woman.
Oh, yeah.
She's my my cousin-in-law.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
indeed.
I love her dearly.
Yes.
We have a caller on the line already. Wow. I mean, I ain't get through 9. I only get through one question. Let me ask this next question to you. You just mentioned a moment ago that you have a B rating. How did you know the steps to making your play into something? Like, how did you know to go into Inland Revenue Services? Or how did you know to get the B rating? Or how did you know you had to go to IRC? I'm not saying that these are the steps, but how did you know?
Well, the creative community is a really small community, so we work sometimes closely with the Dundas and Shakespeare in Paradise, so we kind of know the steps to go after you write.
Right.
You're actually supposed to submit your script to the Film and Control Board in the government for them to do a rating. If they cannot rate it from reading it, they will come to your dress rehearsal and they will rate it. So if they rate it C, you can't have children watch it. So we just kind of knew that, I think. I don't think nobody ever told us that, but I think from working with Dr. Bethel and everybody, we just kind of knew the process.
All right.
Yes.
We have a caller on the line, Chris. Good evening, caller. You are on.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually calling from North Carolina.
Hi.
Wow.
Watching you guys on TV and listening on my radio.
Thank
So
you.
when-
Thank you.
I always supposed to call. I was supposed to check the call when your show come on. I keep forgetting. Every time I remember it, it's like Wednesday, Thursday. I say, oh my, I really have to watch it and listen. I think I listened to a script or two one time.
Well, maybe you need to
But-
give Chris, when we come off air, give Chris your cell number and I can send you the flyer because I have a wonderful lady that creates the flyers, Bianca. From Illustrative Artistry, and I send my flyers out Monday night for Tuesday, and I can send you yours.
Okay, that sounds good. So I
Wonderful.
remember.
Good.
But congratulations to Miss Forbes. Her name sounds so familiar. I
thank
don't
you.
know, but I don't know if we connected somehow. But your name sounds so familiar. But and congratulations to your playwright. I think you're going to do it on Friday.
Yes, we're going to do the play on Friday and Saturday. Yes. Thank you very much.
Friday. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, if I was home, I would have been maybe coming to watch that.
Okay, tell your friends.
But-
I'm sure you have friends over here.
I would definitely. I would.
Okay.
But I wanted to say to and you talked something. That's why I called, because you talked about divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a divorcee as well.
Okay.
And I always tell persons, like, even going through the divorce, I had good friends around me, like family and friends and everybody. My pa support, who was there, and his wife. Everybody was around me. But I always tell persons it's a decision persons have to make on their own.
Yes.
It wasn't an affair, with a woman's affair, not man's affair, but I feel it was an affair with trying to help other people and not trying to, like, focus on us. per se.
Yes.
So that's another part of the
Yes.
affair that persons don't realize.
Yes.
But when I really knew when I didn't want to be in a relationship. Like, it came right to me. I'm in the church, praising God and all of that, but I'm like, I'm lonely.
Yes.
I'm single. It feel like I was single.
Single
within
a marriage. I hear that. I hear that a lot.
And a lot of us, especially women, because we get more emotional and all of that. And when I felt that, when I say, something, I am not going to stay in here just to say, because being in the church and all of that, I'm saying I got to leave because my happiness has to be important to me as well, And then when I started to look that way, I just came one day and I said, I'm not doing this no more. I gotta go. And I was over here. I was in the States when we got when we separated, and then eventually got divorced.
Yes.
And people say, "Oh, you coming back home?" I say, "No, I already started my life living over here and doing some good things. With the professor, and I work at Duke now, and so." It's just like I've told a person I've evolved over just that sort of thing. But I'm happy. That's all.
Yes,
I'm
you're
happily
happy.
divorced.
You're happily divorced. Happily
Congratulations.
divorced.
Thank you so much. Don't
But
hang
I'll
up.
listen to you guys.
Thank you. Don't hang up. Chris is going to take your information so that I can send you the flyer. I think we have another caller on the line, Chris. Good evening, caller. You're on.
For golly days, just talking away so long with you and your guests. I don't know why I forget your name.
Kendenique. Kendenique. My father's name is Kendall, and so my parents named me Kendenique.
Kendenique.
Oh, Kendenique. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So how you doing?
I'm wonderful today. How are you?
I'm all in. I'm just late. I'm lying here listening to your late, but that lady, she said something and made me laugh.
What's that?
That's your guess.
Oh, go ahead, ask
But
her.
also I want to say she sounds elegant.
Very much so. Very elegant.
Thank you.
Very demure.
Well, anyhow, stay on the good foot. But you know what? I always believe in the Bible
Okay.
from a little boy.
Yes.
And when I got to read it for myself and get the understanding of situations, it's best to not marry again if you're not going to make up with your husband. You
So
know?
you're talking about remarriage.
Speaking of remarriage.
Remarriage. Okay,
If you're
that's
living-
a topic.
If you're living,
Okay.
if you're still living. See, because you made that vow until death do you all part. You see what I'm saying? You got me?
I got you, and the Bible talks about reasons why you can't get divorced.
Say it again?
The Bible also talks about reasons that you can get divorced.
But I won't want to bring up,
Yes.
I will not ask you your business, but if you were not, what's the word I want to use here? Taking your advantage in a physical manner, I think you should stay married.
Say it again.
And it makes you, what's the word I want to use here? You're subjected to a higher being.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking of, or you arcing out what you are, that vow in which you made when you first got married.
I get you.
But if you don't do that, I said again.
I get you. I understand.
If you're not living in that manner, you're not going to be happy.
Okay.
We thank you so much for your contribution, and every contribution is very worthwhile. We are going to break right now. Corel has just walked in with her beautiful smile. I don't know, Corel, you need to advertise for Colgate or something. You have the most brilliant smile I've ever seen. We are going to be back. This is Kendenique Campbell-Moss. We're in Kenny's Corner with two beautiful ladies in studio. We're talking about the affair. Is it more than what it seems? These are beautiful playwrights. They've done the work, and we're going to have a fantastic time on Friday and Saturday. Guardian Radio 96.9, fresh news, smart talk, all day. We'll be back.
I'd keep you if time would stand still and leave us feel this way.
All over the Bahamas. Only Mahatma. Whether it's Bimini in the north or Mayaguana in the south. If you cook in white rice, fried rice, or peas and rice, pumpkin rice, crab and rice, or pumpkin rice, for the best results, it must be Mahatma. Everyone loves Mahatma. Look for Mahatma long grain, gold, jasmine, basmati, or yellow rice. And for a healthier option, Mahatma brown rice. All over the Bahamas. Only Mahatma.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Wait, you know what's going down tomorrow?
Nobody, what happening?
Joe bringing these knives to school. He could do Junior in.
For what?
Wait, he fooled with Joe girl.
Mother sick. And you know, John, you don't back down for nothing. So that means you got a big fight tomorrow.
So whose side you want?
Side? I trying to stay in school, not Simpson Pen. We gotta tell somebody about this fight.
Tell somebody. I ain't no snitch. I ain't cool, you know.
Wait, if you so cool, then you need to stay in school and stay out of the fight.
Yeah, but if I don't hang on Joe's side, how many boys coming for me next? next?
All right, so we definitely gotta tell somebody. We gotta prevent the fight.
What I say, I don't want nobody call me snitch.
We could just call Crime Stoppers. You could report what you know, and nobody gotta know it's you.
So what are the boy?
All you gotta do is call them, or you text them through the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and nobody can know it's you.
Then the police come looking for me for more info, and when they finish with them, Joe them coming looking for me?
When you call Crime Stoppers, the calls go directly to Miami, and they don't ask nothing about you. Then you can get the pin from them, and you can claim a reward later using that same pin.
Plus, everything's scrambled, so nobody can read what you're saying.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
A clean-up woman is a woman who gets all the love we girls leave behind. The reason I know so much about her is because she picked up a man of mine. Jumping slick was my ruin, 'cause I found out all I was doing was making it easy for the clean-up woman to get my man's love. Oh yeah, just making it easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Kenny's Corner. This is Kendenique Campbell-Moss on Guardian Radio 96.9, and we're talking about the affair. Is it more than just the affair? We have a plethora of questions here this evening, and we are going to try to get through them because this play is on Friday and Saturday. I have a winner already. These two ladies are Christian. Like, they are not my version of Christian. I believe in Jesus. I attend St. Francis Xavier's Cathedral. I'm the 8:30 choir. Okay? But these ladies on another level, like, they serious in the Christian thing. Corel has bopped in. And she come with
There
a verse
she is.
for remarriage. Corel busted off on us.
She's still looking for
Find
it.
it,
So let's go to
Corel.
the
I
question.
still
All right, let's
looking.
go to the other
question
questions,
then.
but I can try for your guests to have this verse be at the end.
Please find
for
out,
anyone
Corel.
who needs to be set free when it comes to remarriage.
Yes.
Corel, you want the people to not be married and just be having sexual intercourse?
No.
But not being married?
No.
And you want people to be from bed to bed? I noticed one version of the Bible voice. I hear to say, the marriage bed is undefiled. I heard that.
Correct.
You hear that?
That is correct.
I hear that too.
That's a verse. Yes.
So let's go with that. Now let's ask these questions.
Go ahead.
How does your faith and Christian values influence your creative process when writing the plays? Because, some people write plays, like Medea writes plays, and they have a little bit of, like, they say ass. Oh, they say little words. Urka, sorry. They say little words, right? Y'all don't say no words, right? Because y'all in Mario Church, y'all is saying
Right,
words.
we are in the church, so we
church.
do not say any words because we're in the church. It's so funny. I do not use curse words in my normal everyday language.
For true?
I don't.
Every day?
I don't. No,
At all?
I don't at all.
How?
Because it's just I don't like curse words. I just feel like those are fillers. Like, you can find other words in the vocabulary to communicate exactly what it is
Which
that you have
island
to
you grew
say.
up on, Corel?
Grand Bahama, Freeport, Grand Bahama.
It's
Freeport,
different. It's
Grand
different here in
Bahama.
Nassau. We use fillers a lot.
I don't use those fillers in
just-
order to express myself. Those are other words you can use. But when I do write my plays, not this one. This is in Bahamas Harvest, so it does not include it. I have had curse words in my plays because I'm writing different characters, and sometimes those characters I'm writing, they're not me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I know you don't have any bald-headed characters. What's that about?
No,
Discrimination.
Maybe I do discriminate. There is a thing that I do when choosing cast members.
It is.
It is. They have to be physically appealing to
sexy.
the eye. No.
Put me in a play.
You know I don't mind bald head. I used to be bald head.
Put me in a play, Corel.
I
I
would
won't
put
be in a
you.
play.
I just was saying to Kenny when I came on, our voice is so smooth, it's like butter.
But I don't want to learn too much lines. I just want like 5.
You want like a cameo then?
Like,
Come in.
I would be like the man on SVU, Ice-T. He only say 3 words per episode. Like, she died here. She died here. I won't do that.
Okay. He's be impactful though.
Yeah. She died here.
And then
Yeah. And I want my makeup do.
and
Okay, go ahead, Corel.
And then bow at us and everything.
Yes.
Yes. So there is a process of choosing. But yes, so in my answer your original question, in a lot of the plays that I've written in the past, those people will use those colorful languages in order for them to have an authentic, display of who this person is.
Okay.
But not in this one.
Not in this one. Do we have another caller? Good evening, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, good afternoon to all of you in your studio.
Alpha male.
Yes. As I make my way home, I got the call from my organization, Alpha Male. And they asked me if I'm listening. I said no. And they said, man, turn on to Kendenique. She is on and she... Okay. And they give me the question to ask.
Ask the question, darling.
The question is this. Is there a gender war between the two sexes, male and female?
Nah. Trump says only two. Trump says only two sexes, male and female. That's what Trump said yesterday or last week.
Let me tell you the reason why they asked me to ask this question.
Go ahead.
It appeared to me that it appeared to them that while we discussed this, and I'm in the church, and it seems like our sisters in the church are confused.
Okay.
One, super spiritual. 2, trapsy. 3, gaming. But they want an alpha male as a friend, and just a friend. How do you explain that? Is there a gender war? I'll hang up and listen.
All right, thank you. Is there a gender war, ladies?
So I think there is a gender war. I think the thing that the enemy does is that he places us, he puts us against each other. And so therefore, instead of saying, okay, as a male that may be a Christian or not a Christian, I'm not sure if the caller's a Christian, but instead of saying, what as males are we doing wrong? What are males that we need to do better so that we can improve, and working and being accountable to that versus pointing the finger. So it's like wouldn't be a gender war, but if I had complaints about you, there's nothing I can't change you. I can't control you. And so therefore it's better for me to focus on the things that I need to change. So it's not saying that women aren't super spiritual. Yes. It's not saying that there aren't women who are trapsy, and it's not saying that there are not women who are gamey.
Yes.
However, if our focus is always on you're the problem, you're the problem, then it's not going to diffuse the situation because we just start to engage in the war. Yeah. The way to diffuse a war is to hold accountability for what I was doing wrong, what I need to do better.
Exactly.
And then the other person in turn will hopefully have accountability. If they do not, then that's just somebody I don't need to engage in, because that's a generalization to say all are gamey or trapsy or super spiritual, because there are some.
Because there's some awesome ladies in church. I am single. I am in the church, and what I after healing, what I realized, you focus on yourself, and then you attract what you become. So you focus on yourself, and you will attract those persons who are not gamey and not trapsy. You will attract what you want.
Let me read some text. This one text says, tell Brayman, gone are the dinosaur days. We modern day well-accomplished women have no tolerance. Stay married for what? To be unhappy for the rest of our lives? Boy, get the heck. This is another text. This text read, I want Kenny, these chicks trapsy in the church, and the girls in the church having more sex than the girls through McCullough Corner. Okay.
Kenny, your text is not saying that.
Y'all, this can be a hot night. I ain't bargained for all of this tonight.
Your text ain't say that.
Correct. They call him back.
We don't have the statistics to prove that, so no comment on that.
But can I say something to you? Can I say something to you? I want you to know, in my experience, right? The girls in the church hot.
Yeah.
The girls in the church hot.
It's a generalization.
The girls by the church are
Some girls.
You have met some hot church girls.
I've met some hot church girls. Do we have a call on the line?
I feel like the church is just made up of people in the world broken people in the world trying to come in to serve God, or come in for something they're looking for. So you will find those trapsy ones, but you'll also find those awesome ones, those godly ones, if you are seeking that.
But are y'all too safe?
I ain't too safe, but
somebody will probably say that they feel like I'm too safe. They would probably, they would classify me as super spiritual, because I take my spiritual life very seriously.
But will you want a man?
I do want to get married.
I'm not dying what I ask you.
So that's why I clarified. I don't want just a man. I want to get married.
So, Corel, you want to get married?
Yes.
Have you said to the Lord, I want to be married?
I did.
Yes.
I have.
Yes.
I have.
And what he said to you?
So I think in this process, there have been many times there are things that you need to focus on. There are things, I think the overall thing is, keeping your eyes on God, and he will lead you to it. And a lot of people may be like, oh, that's false hope, or that's because there's no formula. So that for you, Kenny, it may be, I need you to start this radio show, and you met someone on the radio show, but that was your formula. No, maybe you're not meeting them there. I'm just saying that might have been something you did. But just because that was the route to you meeting your husband, wherever it is that you meet your husband, maybe the Lord would tell you start golf. I don't know.
I should have listened. Maybe I should have listened to the Lord.
But whatever he told you, that is the instruction he gave you. And I believe he works like that. So I can't start playing golf now because I single because I ain't gonna play golf with Kenny. No, that's where Kenny found her husband. That's not where you're supposed to go. So I think as a believer, you should fix your eyes on God and follow whatever instructions he's given you. And I don't think that if I'm not caught up or following some routine that everybody, like society, saying she should go out, she should do this. He might tell me to go out, and if he does, I do. But I'm saying if he did, I'm saying that that's the scapegoat. They be like, oh, they only want to go to church and home. If he tells me to go somewhere and I don't go, that's on me. So I think it just goes back to focusing on God and not making it an idol. I think there was a season in my life where I would have made a marriage an idol, and I feel like God refused to give me an idol.
No, elegant lady, because that's what the gentleman call you, right? Are you going to? Do you want a man like the husband that you had before?
I want.
I get these the questions. I gotta
get it. I am not the same person I was.
Listen, I had to make sure. Listen, we put everything on the table. I didn't want no PC hair children. My Grammy, my daddy, mommy was very clear. She said, "You have hard hair. Do better." So I made sure that the child hair is good. Whatever good hair is, right? I was very pacific with that. So you may have a certain type, like you might like a man in a suit. Now Dave and I went to school together, right?
I know.
And Dave was always different.
Quiet. You was gonna say quiet?
No, I wasn't gonna say that at all.
This radio quality.
I wasn't. That was not what I was gonna say.
I am not the same person I was 20 years ago. So no, I do not want the same man I married, but he's gonna be perfect for somebody else.
But can I tell you something?
Okay.
Can I tell you something? Mm-hmm. The man in the suit and the this and the that we may have been attracted to then, and what we are attracted to now are totally different things. Because you could get you a swamper dog. You know the swamper dog.
What is a swamper dog?
A swamper dog is a man from Pinewood. He will love you. He will take. Listen. You have to. Sometimes you have to come out of your comfort zone.
That's true.
Sometimes
you are speaking.
I want you all to know something like you're like these fellas in the
not
suit.
necessarily. No.
Because
I used to have a type, and I used to be drawn, and I think that was another factor in it. If you're honest and taking accountability,
you have to be accountable.
Yeah. There was a certain type, like you said, even like you said, the hair. I would grow up in a family, and they would say something about color too. They used to be like, oh no, they're too dark.
No, my granny, my mommy was very, very dark. And she had 9 children, and only 2 of them had the same last name, so she couldn't be specific about anything. But my daddy's mom, she had my daddy and my daddy's brother, Wendell. No, it's not Wendell. Wendell is is the next one. So she had Karuka and my daddy. They were Campbells. And then my grandfather went on the fruit exchange in Miami, and he died. So my grandmother remarried Basil Johnson. So I have aunts and uncles. My Grammy always said, her husband ain't leave her. He died. She made that very clear.
Got it.
So sometimes you have to think outside of the box.
Yes, definitely.
And these men that we are turning up our nose at, they make the best husbands. They make the best, especially the lovers part.
Especially lovers part, Kenny?
Listen,
okay.
you want your hair do?
In marriage. Yes.
Well, then you can get it too. You gotta come up inside the box.
In that undefiled bed,
So praise him. I used to have a physical type, but I am going outside the box. It's more about the spirituality and the mental and the emotional and communication and leadership.
And you might
the
find
physical
him
is
in
not
St.
as most.
You may find him
at St. Francis, not a Bahamas harvest.
God is everywhere.
God is everywhere. Okay.
God is everywhere.
I just say it. So
God is everywhere.
Go back to let me go visit the Anglican churches.
Listen, but you know your Anglican people go. Anyway, let's get to some questions, Corel. The phone is blazing. Okay. The affair deals with themes of relationships and moral challenges. How do you approach such sensitive topics while staying true to your faith?
I think we express it authentically. And I think when people come to watch the affair, why they like it is because it is honest, it is authentic. It's what really happens. And even though we address faith, I don't think that we super spiritualize it. I don't think we do spiritual bypassing, which is, we're just going to say Jesus saves it all and that makes everything okay.
No, ma'am.
We're just going to say, you know what I mean? I think that that's what people are expecting if they're saying you're going to deal with a heavy topic like affair, but then don't try just slap Jesus on a bumper sticker at the end and be like, yeah, it's all good. You know what I mean? So I think we have found a creative way as a team to really convey the topic about how faith is a pivotal part, but also how reality, and we're humane. So no matter how much faith you have, you're still going to see the results and the effects of human behavior.
Yes. So when you talk about the affair, and you mentioned the fact that you want aesthetically pleasing people on the stage, right? I don't know why you all.
You have a good memory. I did say that. You're right. You're correct. You're correct.
So you find that the voice yet with the remarriage?
She's still looking. She's still looking.
When you speak about the affair, right?
Yes.
From a Christian perspective, do you think that when it comes up to having the affair, the literal affair, because you have to work into affair, you don't just get up one day and have sex with somebody.
No, you
or
don't.
You just don't get up one day and that person becomes your sneaky link. No. Do you think, Karel, focus man.
Go ahead.
Karel, do you think that in that vein, the affair is synonymous with the environment in which we live in?
Yeah, you mean like
all us having affairs? That's what I mean. That's what I asked
All?
you. Majority? 80%?
A lot of people do. A lot of people do.
lot.
And like you said, the environment we live in, you know, Bahamians is known for the sweet Atten. It has a sweet. And I think
why are we so accepting of that?
It's a spirit. It's a spirit. And so therefore, you know how they have, you know, there's a scripture verse with principalities in dark places. And so I feel like that's a principality that is over not just the Bahamas, probably the Caribbean. And so the thing about spirit, and that's why people say, Karel, you super spiritual. The thing about the spiritual world is real. We don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against darknesses in spiritual places. And so therefore, when I'm ignorant to the fact that there is a spiritual factor, there are demons, there's an enemy who's out to get me, if I'm oblivious to that, if I am ignorant to that, then a lot of things that I engage in, I just take them for granted. So, for example, something I watch on TV, conversations I decide to have, things that I laugh at and think are okay, normal flirting, work wife, work husband. Everything starts cute and innocently until it goes over the board, until it's okay. Because I have a friend who did it and they seem to be okay, or they, you know, or my mom did it, or you know what I mean?
No, see, because my thing is like, for Michaela, right? And for me, I don't know how it is for Michaela. I can't speak for you, Michaela, but for me, as someone that has been married, and I was married for 20 plus years. I wasn't just married for like 2 weeks, all right? Like it is a very systematic situation because everything that has happened, it makes you question, did you ever love me? When you were having sex with me, were you only thinking about me? When you held my hand, was it because you really wanted to be with me? Was it a situation where you wanted to be in relation, in connection with me? When we were praying, was your mind on me? So these are the types of things that always come into play when someone has had an affair. And surviving an affair takes tumultuous work.
Yes.
It doesn't happen overnight, right? And then Michael's character seems to be a little bit vastly different from what mine is. And so my response and her responses are going to be very tempered. They're going to be different in any event. But as a divorcee, you think, did I survive the affair, or did I survive the trauma of going through the affair? Because those are two different things.
Yes.
Now, what does the play speak to? Because I want the entire New Providence, the Commonwealth of welcome to the islands of the Bahamas. I need everybody to come to the play.
Yes.
Me too. What are you telling me in the play without telling me everything tonight?
Okay.
Because I am encouraging people to go home tonight and put their legs on their spouses.
Yeah.
It's married people only. Karel say y'all can put your leg on
married people. Your bed is undefiled.
Right.
Go to town. Have some for us.
Hold on, this person sent a text. Where is Karel going to have a man see her? Okay, Karel.
What? I don't understand the text.
Where, Corel, if you just going from home
okay.
where am I to see you?
I didn't say that I only go to home and church. I said that is sometimes what people think
Well,
why
you
someone
go,
is
Corel?
single.
She goes to the food store.
So, yeah. So I go to the food store. I go to the Rotary. I go to service.
goes to plays.
I go to service organizations
Yes.
with the Rotary. I go to dinner with friends. I go to when they have those festivals.
Comedy shows.
Like they had like food festival. I go to plays at the Dundas.
Comedy
If
shows,
there's a
like
comedy
that.
show. Yes, I was at Koi Comedy Show the other day. I was sitting in the front and played the games. People would have seen me.
Yes.
I'm always out. I'm always hosting an event. I'm very loud, like you said. The smile. You can't miss me. The reason why I am not married is not because I'm sitting home and no one knows who I am, and I don't know who that person is who texts, but they can know for sure. It's not because I'm sitting home and nobody knows who I am.
Okay.
It's not. You know that, right, Kenny?
Mama, you just here to ask the question. I'm a facilitator. I'm a
But I want to
facilitator.
answer your question about why the Bahamas need to be in the room and addressing those situations. So we can do that when you come back.
Chris pointed at me strong tonight. Chris says he's not taking any of my foolishness here, and we have to go to break. We are going to be back with Kenny's Corner. These Christian ladies are talking about having affairs. We can be back.
That I let you know that the man you're in love with, he's mine. From the top of his head to the bottom of his feet, the bed he sleeps in, and every piece of food he eats. You see, I make it possible. The clothes on his back, I buy them. The car he drives, I pay the note every month. So I'm telling you these things to let you know how much I love that man. And woman to woman, I think you'll understand just how much I'll do to keep him. Woman to woman, if you've ever been in love, then you know.
All over the Bahamas. Only Mahatma. Whether it's Bimini in the north or Mayaguana in the south. If you cook in white rice, fried rice, or peas and rice, pumpkin rice, crab and rice, or pumpkin rice, for the best results, it must be Mahatma. Everyone loves Mahatma. Look for Mahatma long grain, gold, jasmine, basmati, or yellow rice. And for a healthier option, Mahatma brown rice. All over the Bahamas. Only Mahatma.
Beulah gal, can you believe this? We are now the patrol queens of the neighborhood.
We now large and in charge. So we need to check out what's going on in everybody's yard. What about that gun that we know that Junior and his homeboys just ran out? Can we report that too?
Of course we can.
But we could be in deep trouble if they find out.
We need to report what we see, Beulah. When you call Crime Stoppers, they just answer your call in Miami.
So then we can report everything? Guns, where they hiding the drugs, who shoot who part of which gang, or who disturbing the peace with the loud music and the motorcycles.
Then our neighborhood will be the best in the Bahamas, and everybody gonna want to come live here. And then our house price will go up, gal.
So what we waiting on? What's the number?
If you see something, say something. Let us all pitch in and stop the crime before it's your time. Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands. Or text us through the Crack Crime Bahamas app. Stop the crime before it's your time.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Yo, man.
Yo.
Open up, man.
What do you want, man?
My girl just caught me.
You made her catch you?
I don't know how I let this happen.
With who?
The girl next door, you know? I don't know what to do.
So it wasn't you.
Alright. Honey came in and she got me red-handed, creepy with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. How could I forget that I had given her an extra key? All this time she was standing there, she never took her eyes off me.
Oh, you bring the woman access to your villa. Just for son of weakness, all of your clean on your pillar. You better watch your back before she turn into a killer. Just review the situation that you caught up in her. To be a true player, you have to know how to play. If she say a night, convince her say a day. Never admit to a word where she say. And if she claim her, you tell her, baby, no way.
But she caught me on the counter.
Wasn't me.
Saw me banging on the sofa.
Wasn't me.
I even had her in the shower.
Wasn't me.
She even caught me on camera.
Wasn't me.
She saw the marks on my shoulder.
Wasn't me.
Heard the words that I told her.
Wasn't me.
Heard the screams getting louder.
Wasn't me.
She stayed until it was over. Honey came in and she got me red-handed, creepy with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. I had tried to keep her from what she was about to see. Why should she believe me when I told her it wasn't me?
Make she know say that she really not a right for vex. I never used to see her make the jigger low flex. As somebody else a favor you in the
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Baby, I love you. They trying to break us up. They don't want to see us together. Nobody want to see us together. Y'all know the lines. Baby, they jealous of us. They jealous, baby. She forced herself on me. I was an innocent bystander.
Innocent.
These are the nonsensical things that we hear. So this is a text. We miss an important step in seeking a mate, God. Amen. When we ask God to send us someone, we have to describe exactly in bold letters what we want in a relationship. I guarantee you he will fulfill your request. I've proved it. The only thing I forgot to include was a tall man, so I got a short one. But the best guy I could ask for.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes. Seek God in everything that you do, especially your mate, which is a very important part of your life.
You must ask God for the things that you need.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Corel, you find the scripture yet with the marriage thing? Corel,
she's still looking.
Corel, this ain't right.
Before I leave, I need to find this. It was the pressure, man. I didn't know we was talking about marriage. I thought we was talking about the affair.
Okay, well, the affair is the marriage. Okay. What has been the most rewarding feedback you've received from audiences who've seen the affair?
Oh, wow. I would say when somebody come to me and say, this has really touched their life and it's a topic that we needed to talk about, especially here in the Bahamas, and it inspired them to do things differently. I think I like when somebody say it inspired them to do something differently because it moves from where we are, as in the stage play, and it goes into life change.
Now you say it goes into life. Now y'all, this in the people church. Mm-hmm. Do y'all talk about sex in the play in the people church?
Oh, definitely. And we use some sexy words too. We use some sexy words.
Like what?
Because if we talk about affair, you have to use certain kind of words. You cannot not use some kind of words when we talk about affair.
Give me one word.
Bending me over.
We don't curse, but we use some words.
Y'all use graphic language.
Yeah, we have to. But yeah,
to get the message across. Yes, we want to be true to the
best
message.
compliments I've heard is it's like watching real life. Like it felt real. They said a lot of people felt
on PST, MLD, or whatever you call it.
PTSD.
Because y'all better don't have nobody in there doing makeup because I may freak out and get on the stage. Let me stay in the spirit.
Stay in the spirit, Kenny. Stay in the spirit.
I better stay in the spirit. It better not be nobody in the youth sports and culture. Let me stay
in the spirit, Kenny. Do it.
Stay in the spirit, Kenny. Stay in the spirit. I can stay. I can stay right here. I can be grounded in my truth. Corel, you like foolishness.
Corel like foolishness and Kenny like foolishness. They both like foolishness.
So you use the exact language. Y'all who watching us on TV, like y'all know we having jokes in here, right? Yep. Only thing we needed was some little Stella Rosa. Y'all let's drink wine?
I don't.
Jesus.
I'll tell you. Want to know why?
Tell me why, Corel.
So I have been abstinent for 12 years. Yeah, going on 12 years. Over 12 years.
In human years?
In human years, not dog years. I have been abstinent for 12 years. And so in order to maintain being abstinent when you first start, because it's something that your flesh is so used to, I had to remove things that would have been triggers to make me sexually aroused.
And so wine.
And so yes, wine was something that was, it is something that would have triggered me or make me horny or make me want to have sex. And so before I was able to build up that self-control and self-discipline within Christ, I had to be very aware of the physical things that would have made me, so certain music, sex, certain environments, certain things.
Makes sense.
So Corel, do you get Holy Communion? Because Holy Communion is you need wine.
We don't. So outside of an Anglican or Catholic church, we don't. It's juice.
But for true?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a little cup thing with a little wafer on top. And
Oh
it's
no,
juice.
we don't do that, friend.
Y'all
no,
have-
we
yeah,
have
yeah. Y'all
wine.
have-
Money Shevitz. We big on the wine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand. So Corel, I had a next question for you.
But that 12 years threw you out.
That 12 years, that take me out. That take me right out because you like Madonna, like a virgin, touch for the very first time.
I think this is crazy. Very funny. Very funny.
I have a next question from my inbox messages. Excuse me. How do you balance the need to entertain audiences with the desire to impact a deeper message through your work?
Oh, you want me to go? Okay. So it's really the Holy Spirit. It's so funny. I told them on the night, they read the script and they were like, how the show came about? I wasn't here at the beginning. Y'all probably covered that. Sorry, I was late. So Michaela had a vision. She had a vision of what she wanted to see, and she knew she wanted to see a show that had this synopsis at the end. So she was like, I need you to write it, but this is the synopsis. This is how I want this is how I want this play to turn out. This is what I want the ending to look like. And so I took the information from her of this is what she wants a play that ends like this, and I went to write the play. And so after the night when they read it, they was like, you've never been married. I was like, no. You've never been through a divorce. And some people who are in the play have experienced divorce.
Yes.
They've experienced divorce. So they were like, how is this written so to the T? And so I'm like, I don't know, my background's in psychology, I've read a lot of books.
And the most important part, she consulted the Holy Spirit.
Right. So I
Okay?
so I say all that in a meeting, and then in my private time in the morning the next day, the Holy Spirit say, how dare you get in that room and talk about you've read a lot of books and your background is in psychology. I wrote that script. And I said, geez, so I had to go back in the group. I said
"It's the
apologies.
Holy Spirit."
The Holy Spirit wrote this whole
Yes.
thing. Don't make it sound like it's me. Because I mean, it can only be the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
There's a deeper understanding when you've actually walked through marriage, I think you would say.
And
I've
maybe
never.
This is the Holy Spirit right here because you all played on it tomorrow and we here because we was coming here 2 weeks ago. Divine intervention.
Yes, that's the Lord. He's put partnerships together. He's put people together.
I think that it's so awesome that
Yes.
women can connect and network because sometimes it's only us that can make things happen because everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon. Everybody, daddy in,
Yeah.
or mommy in, So you have to network, and this is awesome. I love this for
we
us.
ain't got time for pulling women down.
Man.
We are pushing. We are
No.
coming together and we're pushing forward together.
I want the same things you want. We all want the same things. Corel, we have to get you straight though. 12 years.
12 years.
12 years a slave.
12 years a slave.
Kenny, we gotta free you.
12 years celibate, not a slave, Kenny.
We gotta we gotta free you. Michael, are you on that 12 years a slave thing too?
Kenny, I just got divorced 3 years.
How much?
I
3
years ago. So I've been having sex for 15 years of marriage. I'd be asking God, how you want me to be celibate again, Lord? Help me. It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
That
So
must be
dating
hard to
again
go back.
and dating again and being celibate now is so much more
Abstinent. Don't
difficult.
say the word celibate.
Okay,
The
abstinence.
difference is celibate means I do not want to be married.
Okay.
Abstinent means that I'm just abstaining for sex for a period of time, and you
Okay.
want to be remarried.
I want to be remarried, so let me correct that.
So what you is?
Correct? Correct. Explain the difference
We are
between
abstinent.
celibacy
So if
and
you look it up,
abstinence.
if you Google celibacy, it will say someone who is willing to abstain from marriage and sex. But abstinence is just abstaining
That wouldn't
from
be
some-
me.
From, so that's not you.
That's not me.
No.
Don't look over here for that.
No celibacy.
No.
Okay.
That isn't. No, not over here.
That's not over here.
Leave
No
that in the
celibacy
northern
and no-
region of this room. Right. Ladies
Not
and
over here either, not
ladies
Michael.
and
No.
gentlemen that are within the sound of my voice, we only got through 6 questions of the 10, but we have had a wonderful time here this evening. I have to bid you adieu because my daughter's birthday is today. She turns 11. She is my one and only button on Abraham coat, so I'm gonna have to go and take her to dinner tonight. But my guests that won your tickets, they will be in the place. And I'm also going. I can see how much the tickets is.
Okay,
Correct.
so one more time for those who might have missed it. Bahamas Harvest. You can get tickets Monday to Thursday, 9 to 4. You can also get tickets online. Go to our Facebook page, The Affair, on IG or Facebook. Now, tickets are $40 for general, $60 for VIP. VIP has their own entrance, comes with a complimentary soft drink, a souvenir booklet, and reserved seating. And so that's VIP. So VIP is $60, general is $40, and it happens this Friday and this Saturday, 8 o'clock at Bahamas Harvest.
Okay, let me read this text.
Go ahead.
While I'm divorced, there is a fellow divorced spouse that I would love to marry. However, she has a challenge in being remarried again, as she believes it's a sin. She's not aware that she'll make a beautiful wife. Sir, let me tell you, go get that woman here. Go get that woman.
For Kenny, because I could not find it. When I get home, I'm going to be able to
change the narrative.
Kenny's going to come back, y'all. She can have a scripture verse on an episode where we're not here with the church. And she said she's going to say it's
What
from
the
the
Bible
church
says
ladies.
of remarriage.
And I'm going to send it to Kenny, and she's going to drop it for y'all.
We talking sex next week. I don't know. We can see if we can talk about that.
You can't drop the voice for them,
I
Kenny.
can drop the voice.
Drop the voice for them,
Because
Kenny.
I will hear that.
Because when you get remarried, you could be having sex. Yes. So yes, drop the verse.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another rousing Kenny's Corner. Now go home tonight and put your leg on that man. Put your leg on him. Touch him a little bit.
Yes.
You touch her.
Yes.
Let's get the
Intimacy.
conversation going. Intimacy builds for good sexual relationships.
Yes.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Guardian Radio 96.9, Fresh News, Smart Talk, all day.
All day.
We gotta be extra careful that we don't build our hopes up too high. 'Cause she's got her own obligations, and so do I. Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. Well, it's time for us to believe it. It hurts so much inside. Now she'll go her way and I'll go mine. Tomorrow we'll meet the same place, the same time. Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones.